Hey everyone, I'm Cipriana and welcome to Urban Bush Babes. Wow, where did the time go? I feel like as I get older, time just flies by. But this is also the time of the year when we start really focusing, zoning in on our New Year's resolutions. And of course, yes, New Year's resolutions should actually be called a lifetime resolutions because we really need to focus on our resolutions and make sure that we're really paying attention and really trying to make sure that's an everyday thing and not just starting in January and then ending in February. Been there, done that. But also too, health. If you made your list, health should be on the top of that list. Health is really important. It affects all capacities of your life. So if you're not healthy, you can't take care of anyone, and especially yourself. So I'm really excited to bring this giveaway to you from Your Tea. I wanted to start talking about more things, more healthy substances and foods that you should be implementing into your diet, because let's face it, what goes in your body is what's going to show on the outside, and that includes your hair. You want healthy hair. Nothing is going to beat it like a healthy diet. It beats any type of product out there, what you put into your body. And that's just basics. So besides health reasons, which are really important, it also shows in your hair as well. So that's why I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about tea. This is called Your Tea. It's from a company that makes all natural organic tea. And what distincts them from other teas is that not only are they organic and all natural, it's really important to know what's going into your body, where it's coming from, where it's being sourced, where it's being farmed. You just want to know what's being put into your body, because it doesn't matter if you're eating healthy, if it's full of pesticides and herbicides and all these synthetic things that are in your ingredients. That's not going to help your body. So what distincts them from other teas is that they actually have specific teas for certain ailments or maybe certain concerns or issues that you're having. Like for instance, they have something called anti-C tea, or they have something called man tea. No, it's not going to put more hair in your chest or hair on your legs. It's simply to help you assist in leaning out and cutting out. Also too, they have something called energy tea. They have something called happy tea. They also have something regarding, it's called breast friend tea, which aids in the flow of milk for feeding mothers. So aids in the flow of milk production. And then also they have something called skin magic tea and her tea, but I'm going to get to those a little bit later. Those are the teas I'm actually giving away in the giveaway. So I'll go into more specifics about what they do. And the one that I tried was actually the her tea, and that's more of your everyday tea. But they have all these different teas. They also actually have a hangover tea, and that helps assisting in alleviating headaches and also aiding in cooling down your body. So yes, I mean, we've all been there. You shouldn't be having them every day, but yes, we've all been there. We've all had a hangover. Most of us. So those are really great that they have all these certain teas that really zone in and specify certain conditions or issues. But for those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you know a lot of things about tea. So this is actually just going to be a refresher course. But for those of you who don't know, teas are full of antioxidants. And the type of antioxidants that are in teas are called polyphenols. Since there's all types of different antioxidants, polyphenols are the ones that are commonly found in teas. And the way that the potency of antioxidants are measured is by a method called oxygen radiance absorbance capacity. So this actually measures the potency of antioxidants. And now you're thinking, why are antioxidants so important? Because they help fight free radicals. And you're saying, what's so bad about free radicals? Free radicals sound pretty cool. Radical, yeah, free. No, they're actually really bad for you. They're responsible for triggering diseases. And I'm just going to break down what free radicals are. It involves electrons, atoms, and molecules. So electrons are the substance that bonds atoms together to form molecules. So what happens is the most important structural foundation of an atom is actually the number of electrons in its outer shell. Now the atom always wants to maintain maximum stability, so it'll do one or two things. It will either empty or fill out its outer shell by gaining or losing electrons, or it will share electrons with other atoms. It will share electrons by actually bonding with other atoms, and this form molecules. So the latter is what usually happens. Atoms usually bond with other atoms, sharing their electrons to complete their outer shell. Now bonds usually don't break, but when they do, when that weak bond breaks, what happens is free radicals form. The reason why bonds don't break is because you will not find molecules with an uneven or unpaired amount of electrons. So what happens is once that weak bond breaks and these free radicals form, these free radicals are like having a contagious cold and being kept in very confined quarters. Free radicals basically have no mercy, and they're actually quite disrespectful. So what happens is when that molecule loses its electron, it will then search for the nearest molecule and actually steal its electron to complete its outer shell. So now that molecule who just had its electrons stolen, yes they did, oh no they didn't, yes they did, stole their electrons, so now that molecule is missing electrons, and then we'll search out other molecules to steal their electrons to fill their outer shell, so on and so on, so you can see the domino effect. So if this keeps escalating, this is what happens. It will actually disrupt a living tissue, damage living tissue, and this is how diseases form. That's why it's really important to know what's in your food. For instance, free radicals can form from environmental factors like pollution or synthetic fertilizers, herbicides, smoking, radiation, and pesticides. Pesticides can be found in your food and in your water. That's why I said before, it's really important to know what's in your food, what's in your water, where's the food coming from, where's it being sourced. It's so important, because these are the things that can trigger diseases. I mean, I don't know anyone who, yes, please give me a plate, please fill that plate up with diseases. Oh no, you missed a spot. I want some more diseases for the new year. Tasty. No. So again, that's why it's important to know where your food's coming from. So I know some of you might be thinking, okay, so tea. Well, what about the caffeine in tea? Yes, there's caffeine in tea, but the levels of caffeine in tea are not much. Take, for instance, coffee. The caffeine in tea and the caffeine in coffee is the same type of caffeine, but at different levels. So imagine the caffeine in tea is a little fairy on your shoulder, whispering sweet little things, encouraging, boosting little sayings in your ear, giving you little energy spurts throughout the day. And then there's the caffeine in coffee. Now this is an incredible hawk. So he's too big, can't stay on your shoulders. Well, if he can, then goodness gracious, you gotta teach me some stuff in the gym. But he's standing behind you and he's yelling in your ear. He's saying, giving you the same in return, the same type of effect of the caffeine in tea, but at louder, faster rates. So you know what happens when things are put into your body at a more faster, at a harder rate, your body will crash eventually. You can't take all of that type of pressure. So the difference between caffeine in coffee and caffeine in tea is that actually a strong cup of coffee has between 100 to 300 milligrams of caffeine versus a cup of tea, which has between 20 and 60 milligrams. No one should go over 400 milligrams a day. But so you can definitely see the difference. So that's why I'm really excited to give away this tea from your tea. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm giving away the Skin Magic tea and the Her tea. And the Skin Magic tea is like a little magic for your skin. It assists in cystic pimples, if you have hormonal skin, things like that. The Her tea is the tea that I tried. It's more of your everyday tea, and this assists in immunity boosting and also as well for your digestive system. For me, like certain things, I have problems with digestion, which means just when you eat certain foods don't mesh well together. That's just fact. It doesn't matter how healthy you eat. There are certain foods that you're supposed to eat with other foods. For instance, carbohydrates and proteins. Those things don't mesh well because we have two types of acids in our body. that break that down. Alkaline and acidic acids, and they don't mesh well, so they need to be eaten separately, like with a vegetable. So you're supposed to eat carbohydrates with vegetables and proteins with vegetables. You're not really supposed to mix protein and carbohydrates. This causes a little tiny battle in your tummy because acids can't do their job. So this actually helps in, digestion. I'm not saying this is the Pepto-Bismol of tea. None of these teas are the magic pill. None of these things will work for you unless you are implementing a healthy diet. That's why it's really important to make sure all aspects of your diet are in place, including exercise. But these are great because these teas really focus on a certain issue and zone in on it and have different all-natural ingredients and organic to work on those things and help assist you with whatever else you're doing that's healthy in your diet. So I'm actually giving the Skin Magic Tea and the Her Tea away. There are 60 tea bags in a box. So it'll come out, I already took some of the bags out, but it'll come like this. And remember, each tea bag has its own direction, so you want to make sure that you look at the back of the tea bag and see how the directions are, because there's no tea that you can use the same directions on. Each tea has its different directions. That goes for any tea. Like for instance, this one is steep 1 tea bag in boiling water for 4 to 5 minutes. Consume 30 minutes prior to meal twice a day. So each of these teas have their own different type of directions. Also excited about your tea is because they also have something called charity. And what that does is they'll take a percentage of each individual sale at the end of the month and donate it to 2 charities. And you should actually visit yourtea.com. They have all these amazing charities that they donated, so you can actually look and see what charities they have researched, because it really is all about giving back at the end of the day for all of us. And also too, they have accessories on there as well. But I just also wanted to say that having a healthy lifestyle takes work. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't matter if you fail. It just matters if you get back up. I don't know how many times I started before I actually was, before it was actually implemented in my diet, that I needed to, let's just say it doesn't happen overnight. And don't feel worried, don't feel stressed. It's always a learning process. As long as you keep trying, that's the most important part. Every little time, every little thing counts within your day, whatever you're doing. So this giveaway is going to last till December, actually it's going to last to December the 29th. So December the 29th is going to end at 11 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to pick 3 winners. They're each going to get a box of your tea, either the Skin Magic Tea or the Her Tea. And the Her Tea is more of your everyday tea. And I'm also going to throw in a free Skype call with me. So for an hour, 60 minutes, we can talk about anything, hair, if you want to talk about more about tea or health, anything in limits, but mostly anything. So again, this giveaway is going to end Monday, December the 29th at 11 p.m. Eastern time. And again, I want to say thank you to yourtea.com for sponsoring us and giving us these great teas so I can give away to all of you. You should definitely visit the site. They have even more teas than I mentioned earlier. And thank you. So I just want to say Happy New Year's. Remember, this is a year that you really implement all the things that you want to do in your life and making it about being happier and healthier. Thank you. See you soon. Peace.